Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you guys join the Duck Life session. I'm Carolina. I am JobDuck's content creator. And today I am with my lovely co-host, Morne, who is the communications coordinator. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we're here to provide you guys any valuable information, insight that you guys need for your application process, or if you guys just want to join, you're more than welcome to. And thank you. Welcome, Morne.
Yes, thank you so much, Carol. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's special live session. So, guys, during today's live session, we will tell you more about us, what we like most about our countries, our hobbies, and we'll also share some job doc advice to help you have a successful application. But we are also here to answer your questions, among many other things. But before we kick off today's live session, we would like to share with you some of our important disclaimers.
We are a recruitment agency.
We never ask our candidates for money at any step of the application process. If someone asks you for money, please ignore the request and report the account. Do not give out your money because that is 100% a scam. Take care of your money and your information, please.
Please remember that applying does not guarantee you'll get hired. Just like in any normal job, you need to prove how you would be a great asset for the company and follow every instruction in the application process correctly in order to be able to complete it successfully and become part of the team.
Thank you so much for playing that disclaimer video. I hope that everyone got a chance to see it. So I'm Caro, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about where I'm from, which state specifically. So I am from Mexico, and I am from Aguascalientes, which is a very small state in the center of Mexico. It's pretty hot right now. It's about 35 degrees Celsius these days. So it's been really, really hot here. What else? Here is where the Feria Nacional de San Marcos goes on, which is I think it's the biggest fair, if I'm not mistaken, in Latin America. So that's super fun. That already passed, but that's a fun fact about where I live. And well, we speak Spanish, and well, I fluent in English. And Morne, can you tell us a little bit more about where you're from?
Yes, absolutely, Carol. The pronunciation of Mexico sounds so nice. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly, but it sounds awesome. I just want to give you that. Um, okay, guys. So I'm from sunny South Africa. Well, not so sunny these days as the winter is upon us, but nonetheless, we had a super warm summer, so I can't complain too much about that. But yeah, I'm from South Africa in a super small town in the Northwest Province, born and raised here. But I'm currently saving up to move to Cape Town. It's time to spread my wings to, a different place. But yeah, I mean, since we talk about countries, Carol, can you tell us what you like most about Mexico? I hope I pronounce it.
Yes. You're a pro now pronouncing Mexico. Well, as you guys can see here, I love the food. The food in Mexico, I believe that for those who have visited us will not disagree with me. The food is just there's so many options. It depends on in which state you're in, the way that they're going to make it. Like you can be in the north and be tasting the same dish as in the south, but it will be made in a completely different way. So the food is fantastic. There's so much variety. Also, the culture is something that is amazing. We have so much history here. I mean, I bet that South Africa does also, but that's something that I specifically love about my country. All the culture, the art that we have. We have so much things to know and to learn each day, I believe. And also, I think that people will not say that I'm wrong, but the beaches here are beautiful. I think that we've all heard of Cancun. There's so many other options. Obviously, that's the most touristic place, but just Mexico beaches are full of this light blue, this white sand. It's just so beautiful. And then eating there, seeing all the culture, all the tourists is always super. inviting, like it's always super heartwarming seeing it as a Mexican, how people are enjoying your country. So the beaches is a huge thing that I love about my country, Mexico. And also all of these, well, we do have one of the seven wonders of the world, which is Chichen Itza, which is a pyramid. It is really, it's a really amazing place to go visit. So if you guys have the opportunity to go, I totally recommend that. And for you, Morne, can you please tell me a little bit more about South Africa? I'm dying to know.
Yes, absolutely, Carol. I mentioned earlier that I'm saving up some money to move to Cape Town, but I'm also saving up to visit Mexico. It
Yes.
sounds absolutely wonderful. So I hope to be there soon. And I'm also trying to improve my Spanish as well. So I hope to get there. Okay, so first of all, what I love most about South Africa is our people. So South Africa is often referred to as the Rainbow Nation because of its incredible diversity. For those who don't know, excuse me, we have 11 official languages in this beautiful country. And the way we embrace and celebrate our different cultures, languages, and traditions is truly inspiring. Our ability to come together and find unity in diversity is a testament to our strength and I believe resilience as well. And guys, South Africans are also known for their friendliness and warmth. Whenever we find tourists from other countries, we normally go out of our way to make them feel welcome and at home. I actually remember back in the day when we hosted the 2010 FIFA World Cup. We had a great time with people from all over the world. So yeah, that was truly amazing. And then, of course, speaking about sports, the second thing I like most about my country is our national rugby team, the Springboks. So I am a huge, huge, huge Springboks fan. And in fact, in 2019, we played the Rugby World Cup in Japan. So during that World Cup, nobody actually gave us a shot. We were written off. And yeah, the Springboks stood together as one. As we all know, teamwork makes the dream work. And we basically shocked the world by winning the World Cup. So a Rugby World Cup takes place every 4 years. And last year we went into the tournament as the defending champions and we won it again. So today we are back-to-back world champions. And I mean, yeah, I couldn't be prouder of the Springboks. They unite our country. We are stronger together. And after winning the World Cup, the celebrations in this country were out of this world. Honestly, Carol, I can't explain it. I mean, we even had a public holiday last year dedicated to the Springboks winning the World Cup. So, I mean, yeah, I love my country. And then thirdly, what I like most about South Africa is, of course, the food. I mean, guys, you can ask any South African, whenever we find the opportunity, we will have a braai. So a braai is basically cooking meat over an open flame where we typically use like charcoal or wood. And in the English term, it is also known as a barbecue. So anytime throughout the day, night, or even early morning hours, we will braai steak, sausages, ribs, boerewors, and so on. And South Africans also tend to make delicious biltong, which is like dry meat, and also tons of desserts. So yeah, absolutely. I love our food for sure. But Carol, yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I can't wait to visit Mexico and try some proper tacos and other delicious food as well. I'm truly a fan of food. What can we do? But yeah, Carol, can you tell us what some of your hobbies are, please?
Yes, Morne, thank you so much for asking, and thank you for always talking so lovely about Mexico. As I don't know if you guys know, but Morne is trying to learn Spanish because a lot of his co-workers speak Spanish. So Morne is always greeting you with an "Hola, Caro," and he's always greeting you with that smile. And I think that in no time when you come to Mexico, you will be a fluent Spanish speaker. So my hobbies, well, as you guys can see, I have a dog specifically. I have four dogs, but specifically one of them is mine. Her name is Mora. She is a Springer Spaniel, and I love spending time with her. Right now, she's pretty old. She's around 13 years old, but she's still up and running. And I have two Alaska Malamutes, and a pit bull. They are all super big dogs. Honestly, I don't have small dogs. So I have to walk with them. I normally use my 15-minute breaks to go out on a walk with them. It also helps me it helps me get distracted, get off the computer, go out, see the sun, get a little bit of vitamin D. It helps me to rest my eyes for a bit. So dogs will always make you go and walk, even if you don't want to. But at the end of the day, it does help. I also love cooking. I am a huge cook. I believe that during the pandemic is when I found that out, because before that, honestly, I never was really like interested in cooking. But during the pandemic, I remember there was like TikTok recipes going all around, and I started making them, and then I started experimenting so much things in the kitchen with my mom. And it really is something that I love to do. I consider it a hobby. Some days it's not so much of a hobby, but most days it is. I love cooking like healthy snacks, especially during lunch. I love being able to just go downstairs to the kitchen and being able to have a healthy meal and feel good with what I'm eating. I love traveling. I feel like traveling is something that, well, most people love, but it's one of my hobbies. Also, I love visiting new places, getting to know new cultures, hearing new accents. All of this, I find it super insightful and super refreshing, so that when you go back home, you have a new perspective of what other people's day-to-days are, how people work, how people eat. There's just so many things that one can learn by traveling. And also, as Morne says, well, it is super fun. And Morne, can you please tell us a little bit more about your hobbies? I would love to know.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Carol. Your hobbies sound awesome. And yeah, honestly, guys, working at JobDoc gives you the opportunity to have a healthy work-life balance, which gives us the opportunity to enjoy our hobbies as well. And guys, just as a quick reminder, we are also going to answer your questions regarding JobDoc, the application process, and so on. So please, if you have any questions, send them over in the comment section. Carol and I are here to assist you with that as well. But yes, coming back to your question, Carol. So basically, guys, as you can see in the first picture, I'm standing there playing mini golf. And I love mini golf, but I'm enjoying golf more. Actually, I don't have a picture of me playing golf, and I think I should probably take one someday. But yeah, I find it super relaxing, and it's a great activity for me to like clear my head. And yeah, just having a great time. I'm for sure not a Tiger Woods. In fact, I'm actually super bad at playing the game, but I mean, it's a fun activity and I do enjoy it a lot. And then also some of my other hobbies are that I enjoy hanging out with my friends and family. We always have a great time, creating memories that will last a lifetime. They always have my back. I always have theirs. And yeah, I mean, I simply love the people in my life, and I'm truly blessed to have them in my life. And then also, my other hobby is that I enjoy playing video games. I'm a huge fan of FIFA, now called FC, and I'm a bit more confident in saying that I'm a little bit better at playing FIFA than I am at playing golf. But yeah, I mean, it's also super relaxing. I mean, sometimes after work, I start playing games and it helps me to switch off. And then once done, I get in bed and I feel refreshed for the next day. So guys, yeah, those are some of my hobbies. And Carol, the other day you and I spoke about cooking, and you told me how you enjoy it. I mean, you also mentioned it during your hobbies as well. And guys, yeah, so Carol and I thought it's best to share some of our cooking recipes with you guys. So Carol, if you don't mind, what do you have in store for us?
Yes, of course. Before you know it, Morne, we will have a cooking segment called Diego Duck Chefs, or I don't know what we're gonna call it, but before you know it, we will be having a cooking channel, and people will be really eager to try our food. Okay, so I would say one of my favorite dishes, and it's Mexican. I wanted to put something that was from my country. It's chicken enchiladas. I personally love the green sauce. A lot of people have this dilemma between which one is better, green or red, and I love the green one. Honestly, since I do eat spicy food, but not so much as a normal Mexican would. I believe that whenever you ask for the green sauce, it's not that spicy. So if you guys ever come to Mexico, always take that into consideration. I believe that a red sauce can be a bit more spicy, depending. but with green, I love it. So chicken enchiladas, it's actually a pretty, it's not difficult, but it is tricky to make. I believe that we have a saying here in Mexico that says like whenever they tell you like it's not that easy, here in Mexico we say like ni que fueran enchiladas. Like it's not that easy, and that means that making enchiladas is easy, but I've never thought that making enchiladas is easy, to be honest. So first you will have to make your chicken. So you will cook your chicken breast and you will have to shred it in small parts. And then after that, you will fry your tortilla. But before that, you always have to make your salsa. So the salsa has a couple of ingredients. It has cilantro, it has green tomatillo, which is like this small green tomato, I guess you could say. It's not tomato per se, but that's how it's pronounced. It's tomatillo. And those are green. You have to put them in boiling water for just a couple of seconds, or else they get this like acid taste to them. That's why I say that it's tricky, because if that gets acid, your whole sauce is going to be ruined. It has onion, it has garlic, salt. You mix all of that up, you put it in a pot. The pot, grandma's secret is always to have it really hot with a bit of oil, so that when you pour it into the pot, it like sizzles a lot. So here in Mexico, we say that la salsa tiene que tronar. So, and grandmas always say that if it doesn't sizzle like super hard, it will not be good. That's like an old tale that grandmas have. I honestly do it because I'm not sure if it's true, but I will not risk my enchilada salsas. And then you just grab your fried tortilla, you put the chicken in it. You make this like small little taco, as you guys can see in the picture. You pour your hot salsa, and then you put sour cream, cheese, cilantro. You can put onion. There's also some people that put even more salsa on top of it, like a really red one. And well, that means that's really spicy. And you will have your green enchiladas. Morne, what can you tell me about this dish? Even though you don't eat spicy food, well, not as much as in Mexico. What can you tell me about this dish? And if you also can tell me about your favorite dish, I will be super happy to hear.
First of all, Carol, your dish sounds mouth-watering. Like honestly, after this live session, I'm going to take my lunch break. Please share the recipe with me. I think I'm going to cook it for myself. It sounds absolutely delicious. And in fact, I also love spicy food. I know that in South Africa, not everyone enjoys spicy food, but it's also definitely one of my favorites. So basically, a couple of months ago, I wanted to braai chicken on the grill, and I went online and I searched for a recipe, and then I came across the chicken lollipops. Now, this is absolutely stunning. It's really a winner. It's not my own recipe. I found it on the internet, so credit to them as well. But yeah, it's absolutely delicious. So basically, you will need 12 chicken drumsticks, or I mean, maybe 12 is not necessary. If you'd like to have 6 or 5 or 4, it's totally up to you. And then toothpicks as well, but it should be those thick toothpicks that you can stick through the chicken drumsticks. Peri peri rub, salt and pepper, and then you can also serve it with 1 lemon. You can cut it into wedges, and then of course a peri peri marinade as well. The marinade is totally up to you guys. You can decide which sort of marinade you'd like to have. If you don't like spicy food, you can always go with lemon and herb as well. I believe it's also good with lemon and herb. So basically the preparation time takes 60 minutes. So normally what I do is the previous day after I clocked off, I prepared a meal. I prepared the chicken lollipops. Once done, I put it in the fridge and it stays overnight because it just sinks in, like it gives it a better flavor in some sense, And then that following day, I take a 15-minute lunch, a 15-minute break, and then I start the fire outside. So once the fire is ready, I take my lunch break. I grill the chicken lollipops. It takes around 45 minutes to cook. At times it's shorter. I'm actually using like a Weber. So for me, it takes normally around 38 to 40 minutes maybe, but the actual recipe states that it is taking 45 minutes. And then guys, yeah, you can also enjoy the lollipops with a side salad or some freshly baked bread. And yeah, it honestly is quite delicious. So you can always go and check that out as well. But yeah, Carol, now that we have shared some of our favorite recipes, we would also like to share some job doc advice. So guys, I remember back in the day, I came across JobDoc via LinkedIn. So before I applied, I gathered a lot of information about the company and the specific role I wanted to apply for. Um, Now, please note, guys, that if you want to apply for any of our career opportunities, it's best to apply for one position at a time. Please apply for one position at a time. If you have experience in other fields, of course, please let the JobDoc interviewer know about your other skills during your interview stage. And then with that said, I gathered a lot of information regarding the specific role and the application process. JobDoc has tons of free resources and blogs on our website that share valuable insights into most things you could benefit from. So please check that out on our website at jobdoc.com. And furthermore, I would also say that paying close attention to detail during every step of the application process is extremely important. And lastly, guys, enjoy the process. Have fun, be yourself, and believe in your abilities. I'm pretty sure that you will give it your all at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, we wish you nothing but the best. So yeah, if you decide to apply, guys, give it your all, enjoy the process, and we are pretty sure that you will do an amazing job. But yeah, with that said, Carol, do you mind sharing some advice of your own, please?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Morne. Well, as Morne said, the last thing he said is super important. I will leave that for last also, but always be yourself and have fun during the process. I know it can be a lot of pressure to always apply to a new job, but I mean, you have to enjoy the process. Whatever the result is, you have to enjoy the process. I mean, if it's meant for you, it will be for you. So first of all, when I looked into applying to JobDoc, I first looked into their social media, but especially specifically Instagram. And also I remember reading a lot about only applying to one position. So I believe that's something that's super important, to only apply to one position. A lot of people sometimes ask, which position best suits me? Well, I believe that if you grab a piece of paper, a pen, and you write down your day-to-day tasks from your previous job, your skills, what you like doing, what you don't like doing, and then take that into consideration, go into our career opportunities tab and check out the skills that we ask for each position, and sort of like grab those synonyms that of what you wrote down and of what you're reading for the job position. It can be super helpful to like see which one is best for you, and then choosing just one position. Applying obviously would be the next step. Also, since I personally was applying in the marketing like team, I had to have my portfolio ready. So that's super important. So if you're looking into apply, you can read the steps that you need, like the essay, the recording, have all of that ready. Also, the English test is something that's super important. So have that ready and then just send it out. And always make sure that your documents are in English, because I know it can be a bit tricky to have that document duplicated in your computer. You can have a Spanish version, for example, in my case, and you can have the English version. So always make sure that you're attaching the right documents. They all have to be in English. And if you're applying to marketing, your portfolio, and have all of your requirements ready to go. And what else? Which other advice would I give? The interview. I believe that the interview, I'm going to drink a sip of water.
Amazing advice, by the way, Carol.
That's also advice, to take a sip of water before your interview. So During your interview, I know that it can always be super nerve-wracking to have an interview. Depends on your personality, depends on if it's your first interview, for a new job, if it's your second. It can depend on so many factors to be a bit, well, nervous for an interview, especially since it's done in English. But we do have an amazing interviewing team. They always give you time to make you feel comfortable answering the questions that they're asking. If you don't understand or if you want the question repeated, they're always super nice about it. It's not going to be like this. If you didn't answer it, that was your last chance. Bye. Don't worry about that. So they're always super welcoming and warming, giving you a helping hand to let you know that they're there for you. So take that with the best intention. Like they're so, I honestly cannot say it enough. It's always super helpful to have an interviewing team that's there to get to know you, not there to get to intimidate you. So no worries about that. What other advice would I give is to look into a bit into JobDuck, especially into your position. Like study a little bit of what you're applying to. Obviously, also study a bit of what the JobDuck is, who you will be working for, sort of. Like not specifically who you will be working for, because that will be something that will be said later in the process. But like the company you're applying for, it's always super important to have a little bit of background so that you know a little bit of our core values, for example, is something super important, what you need to have. So that always gives you like this security during the application process that you don't feel so clueless. And I think that would be my advice. Just be yourself. Read instructions very carefully since it is an online position. I know that in an in-person position, it can be a little bit easier to be like, well, you need this, like have this human interaction type of thing, or even a piece of paper that says everything you need. But since it is an online position, all of the instructions are super clear on the website, on their social media. So always read very, very, very careful. So apply to one position. The interview will go great if you are just yourself. Take it with calmness. And third, but not least, look a little bit into JobDuck, our core values and all of that. And Morne, after all of this advice, I'm even out of breath. Can you tell us a little bit more about what your day-to-day tasks are, specifically for your position, and how a day looks for you?
Yeah, absolutely. No, first of all, Caro, that was amazing advice. I honestly hope the audience took some notes because it is going to help them with their application as well, guys. Remember, you can always apply at jobduck.com. I'm pretty sure that our moderators are also sharing a link to our career opportunities in the comment section. So please be sure to check it out. But yeah, Caro, I mean, to answer your question, I start working at 2:30 p.m. South African time. I work EDT time. And then what I normally do is I join our morning huddles. We talk about our day-to-day tasks, and then once done, we get the day started. So typically, depending on which day, my overall tasks revolve around writing blogs, writing newsletters, creating the structure of the newsletter campaigns. I write the quarterly Quack Times. I also organize and host our monthly webinars. And then with Caro and the team behind the scenes, we organize and host the monthly live sessions as well. I respond to newsletter and blog comments and also attend several meetings to plan future content and so on. So yeah, that is basically what my day-to-day schedule looks like. It all depends on which day I choose. This is basically throughout the week as well. But yeah, it's mostly writing content and then, of course, hosting webinars, co-hosting this Dark live session with our amazing Caro as well. So yeah, Caro, your day-to-day tasks, how does it look like?
Yes, Morne. Well, my day-to-day tasks, Morne, for example, he starts at 2:30 for his hour. Since we do work in an EDT time zone, for me in Mexico, in the state I live in, we're 2 hours behind. So for example, we start from 8:30 to 5:30 EDT time zone. So for example, here in Mexico, we start from 6:30 a.m. to 3:30. So you get in really early and you also get in really early. Well, I mean, compared to Morne, who is all the way, really, really far away from Mexico. So we do have this switched up time zone thing, but I start at 6:30. We have our morning huddle, which is a small meeting with your team members where you talk about your day-to-day tasks. You say what you did a day before. You will say what you will tackle, which tasks you will tackle that day. And you will always say that this is going to be an amazing day. There's people that say it a little bit more enthusiastic. There's people that say with a little bit more energy, because I mean, it does depend. We have a coworker, shout out to her. She's from Argentina, and for her, it's her 9:30 a.m. So almost 10 a.m. So for her, it's just like, this is going to be an amazing day. But for us in Mexico, that it's 6:45 a.m., we can still hear like the birds even waking up. So for us, it's a bit like, this is going to be an amazing day, even though it hasn't started and the sun isn't up yet. We can imagine that it's going to be an amazing day. But in the summer, it's not that bad because the sun gets up pretty early. So it does depend where you're from, which time zone you're in, the energy level that you give it to, that it's going to be an amazing day. So, yes, we start with that morning huddle. After that, honestly, for me, it really depends. Sometimes I have to be creating these graphic posts. I work on those with Andy, who is my coworker. He is super fun to talk to. Also with Miguel. I'm going really specific with the names because honestly, I'm thinking on my day-to-day basis. And then I also help with weekly teas. If you guys go into our Instagram or any of our social media sites, you can, especially YouTube, you can see those. I host weekly teas, sorry. I interview staffers. It can be a legal assistant, it can be a receptionist, it can be a marketing assistant. The other day I was interviewing Didi from Mexico. She was telling me that she started off as a marketing assistant, and then she now is marketing director, and she has 2 marketing assistants for I believe it's a law firm that she was working for. So that's always super fun to get to know each staffer's experience and get to know them a little bit more, get to know which differences they had, like culturally with their new online job, like what difference does it have to their country. So that's always super fun. So weekly teas. What else do I have to do? I work on newsletters with Morne. He sends me what they have to say. I help creating them graphically wise. So that's always super fun to see the ending result. And at the end of the day, well, I send an end of the day report in which I specifically say which tasks I attacked that day, what hour I got in, like all of this specific and detailed things that we have to send over. And then I just clock out. Honestly, it's always super relieving to know that we can just clock out and turn off our computers and just forget about work, because honestly, I can think of, I mean, getting out of work and then just have to go and commute back home, get home really tired, specifically during hot weather and during rainy days. And I'm just super thankful that I can just turn off my computer and just spend some time with my loved ones, with my dogs, with my family, with my friends, or just relaxing. So that's always super fun. And yeah, that's basically my day-to-day here at JobTech. What do you think, Morne?
No, I think that's amazing, Carol. I always have a great time with you, and also one of our team members currently working behind the scenes, Miguel. Shout out to you, Mr. Miguel. He's always helping us with the live sessions as well as other team members, Fer, Mitch, and Mel as well. And yeah, I mean, we are having such a great time, organizing these live sessions. And yeah, you and I also work closely together with the newsletters. And yeah, it's super fun. I do enjoy it a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us your day-to-day tasks, Carol. And guys, now is the time to answer your questions regarding JobDoc. We also have plenty of questions in our DMs, also on Instagram within the newsletters as well. So we are going to answer all of those questions today. But also for the live session itself, guys, if you have any questions, please send them over in the comment section, and Carol and I will be here to assist you and answer your questions. And yeah, we hope you are having an amazing time, as Melody and David would always say. Okay, so Carol, I'm going to answer the first question, and the
Go
question
ahead.
is coming from Facebook. First of all, it states hi. Hello to you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to find out, after signing the Duck University agreement, how many days do you wait to start training? I signed the agreement, but I have not yet received feedback from my guide since then. Okay, so thank you so much for your question. Well, please expect a response in the following 5 days from your guide. So the thing is, all the processes are different, but we recommend you keep an eye to your email inbox, and sometimes our emails also land in the spam folder. So please be sure to keep a close eye on that, and our guide will surely get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, thank you so much for your question.
Yes, what a great way to kick off our questions and answers segment. Okay, so we have from YouTube, actually, it says, hey, Morne and Caro, no questions, just greetings. I'm with JobDuck for 2 years now and still going strong and loving it. Thank you so much for tuning in and sending your greetings. Honestly, see, Morne, here's another one from South Africa. You can go ahead and say hello. And yeah, thank you so much for sending your good wishes. And also, I'm happy to hear that you're 2 years into the game and you're still going strong and you're loving it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's always amazing to hear that some of our colleagues and our team members are having a great time. And yeah, I mean, also attending the live session, supporting us today. So yeah, that truly means a lot to us. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And we hope you're having an amazing time today. Okay, so the following question is actually from our Job Flash newsletter. We received this question yesterday, and it states, what countries does your company currently hire from and why? Okay, so that's a great question. We hope you are joining us today. So basically, we are currently hiring from Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, I hope I get that one, and South Africa as well. So the thing is, we only hire from these countries at the moment due to our company's logistics, but we are working on expanding the list of countries we hire from. And we will keep you guys updated on our social media platforms within the newsletter as well. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter yet, please be sure to visit our website at jobdoc.com. On the main page, if you scroll down, you will find an option where you can enter your name, your email address, and your country. So we will basically send you 2 newsletters per week. One is called the Pond Site, and the other is the Job Flash. So with the Pond Site, we share information regarding the company. We are sharing tips and advice. And on Friday with the Job Flash, we are sending our available career opportunities to you, and then you can directly apply from the newsletter itself. And we are also sharing the weekly teas there as well. Super insightful. Caro is the host, and she's joined by staffers, and they are also having lovely conversations as well. So yeah, please be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you, Orne, for that shout out. So we have another question from Facebook, and they asked, is it essential to do training with JobDuck? Thank you for tuning in. It is essential and required to do training with us. It is actually called Duck University. You have to complete a series of tasks, and then when you pass it, which it has to be, it is obligated to pass Duck University, it will start the matchmaking process with one of our clients so that you can start working. But yes, Duck University is always super helpful, so that whenever you have a question or you don't know exactly Something about, well, a new job, whenever you go into a new job, it can always be super nerve-wracking to just go in there clueless. So Duck University, I got that mixed up, is super helpful. And yeah, it's basically like training, honestly. During weekly teas, I always ask staffers how their application process was. And they always talk to me in a good way about Duck University. They say that they weren't expecting it to be fun, and it turned out to be pretty fun. They learn a lot of things about teamwork, and yeah, that they were pretty surprised about the pleasant experience they had during Duck University. So if that answers your question correctly, yes, it is necessary. And what do we have, Morne? What else do we have?
Okay, awesome. So this next question is coming from our Instagram DMs. I'm actually getting a bit cold now. As hot as it gets in South Africa, it can also get super cold as well. And yeah, I'm currently experiencing the coldness. Winter is here, guys. Okay, so the question states, I have many years of experience, but I feel so nervous to make an interview. I mean, I know that I have a lot of knowledge, but I need some time to practice my English. With the goal that my teammates understand me, I'm from Colombia and looking to improve my English. Do you have any advice for me? Yeah, of course, Carlos. Thank you so much for your question. So first of all, once you achieve an English level that falls between B2, C1, or C2, you are ready to apply for any of our career growth opportunities. And then to answer your question by giving you some advice on how to improve your English skills, I would suggest the following. So first of all, I would say that you could practice speaking and listening as much as possible. You can find conversation partners online or in person to practice with. Secondly, I would say that you could read a variety of materials, such as books, articles, and news stories, and so on, to expose yourself to different styles of writing. I would also suggest you to watch English language movies and TV shows with subtitles to help you understand spoken English and pick up new words and phrases. That truly helps a lot, especially if you add the subtitles as well. I would also say that you could study grammar and practice using them in contexts. And then also try to surround yourself with English as much as possible, whether that means listening to English language music or, using English language apps or social media. It is going to help you a lot to improve your English. And then lastly, I would say you could always work with a tutor or take an online class. So a tutor can give you personalized attention and help you focus on the areas of English that you need the most help with. So yeah, please remember that it is a process which will take some time, but be patient and consistent in your efforts, and we are pretty sure that you are going to do an amazing job. So yeah, thank you so much for your question.
That was amazing advice, Morne. Honestly, seeing everything around you in a specific language is always super helpful. Like, it's whenever you visit a country, even if you don't have any idea of how to say even hello in their language, you hear it so much that you have to your brain just has to have this way to understand them and be able to communicate with them. So the same thing can happen in English. If you put your phone settings in English, if you watch your series in English, your movies, it can always be super helpful, just hearing it all the time. So yeah, thank you, Morten, for that advice. Next, we have a question from Facebook again. What should I do if I'm not accepted into JobDuck, and how many times may I apply? Well, we do truly wish that you're accepted the first try, but if not, you can always look into our resources and check out what is that you probably lacked a little bit on. Well, we do have a lot of tips depending on which position you applied for. Obviously, it depends. The reason that you didn't get accepted the first time, if that's your case. But if not, all candidates may apply 2 times a year, so that would be around once every 6 months. So, well, not every, but once every 6 months. Sorry, my tongue always gets tied up whenever I talk too much. So Also, you can check out our resources tab. As I said, we have a lot of tips over there. It can be super helpful. I know that sometimes we can sound a little bit repetitive, but we truly do have like a lot of specific blogs, a lot of specific like readings that you guys can do so that you can be like, oh, this is maybe what went wrong, or this I can work a little bit more on this side. And yeah, those are there for you guys. So always try to look into those. And yeah, what else could you say, Morne?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Carol, that advice is absolutely stunning. And yeah, guys, we also, we also have blogs on our website. You can always check out the blogs as well. We have some exciting content on our YouTube channel where we also share some sort of advice and give you guys tips and basically behind the scenes, perspectives of what it's like working with JobTalk, especially with the weekly interviews as well. So yeah, no, thank you so much for your questions, guys. Okay, so the next one is coming from Carlos, and he is also streaming us from Facebook. Hello, guys. Hello to you as well, Carlos. So I will start my process today. I'm so excited about it. I just have a quick question about the process. How long can it take? Okay, thank you so much for your question, Carlos. And yeah, best of luck with your application. We are crossing our fingers and we believe that you will do an amazing job. So yeah, Carlos, to answer your question, the process may vary from case to case, but the first step obviously is submitting your application. So after you have submitted your documents, you can expect an email from your guide within 5 to 7 business days. And guys, we also have an amazing surprise for you. So just before we end today's live session, we are going to show you guys a step-by-step video on how to apply. So please be sure to stick around because it's super insightful and especially for you, Carlos, as well. If you are interested in applying, this video is going to help you a lot. So yeah, thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you for your question. Okay, so what else do we have around here? Let's see. From YouTube. Hello, guys. Hi. I have experience in customer service, and I know it can be quite exhausting. I've been thinking about applying for the virtual assistant position. Do you think it's a good idea? Well, yes, of course. So, first of all, sorry, I didn't read your username before this, and it's Jones9696. So hello. Yes, we all know that customer service can be a bit, well, it's exhausting, depends on what your skills are, what you like to do. Virtual assistant position, you can actually look into what your day-to-day task would be. We have like a list of sort of what you will be doing. So if that resonates with you and you feel like your previous job will be different from the virtual assistant one, definitely go for it. I mean, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that you do find it less exhausting because, yeah, well, it does depend on what you're looking for. As I say, maybe you can even look at a weekly tee from a virtual assistant and see what their day-to-day tasks are. And if it's something that you're looking for, you can just go for it. But seeing previous testimonials of people that currently have that job is always super helpful. I believe like hearing what they do, how their meetings go about, or even like what their work schedule is always super helpful. We do have like well, a 9 to 5 work schedule per se, but you have a 1-hour lunch break, so that can always help like take your mind off things, maybe go for a walk. It can help you like feel a little bit more disconnected from, especially like the computer. I think it can be a little bit exhausting for your eyes. So like always try to look into those benefits. And as I say, look into into people talking about their testimonial working for as a virtual assistant. That's always really helpful to hear another person's perspective. And if it resonates with you, I wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's an amazing answer, Carol. And also the team is going to assist you, Jones, on YouTube now. We also have a quiz on our website. One of our team members will share the quiz or the link to the quiz with you shortly. Guys, if you are on Facebook and LinkedIn and you're also interested in doing the quiz, please let us know. We will also share the quiz with you guys as well. So basically, if you are a bit uncertain to which position you would like to apply for, this quiz is super insightful. And yeah, you're basically going to answer a few questions and it's going to take you into the right direction for you to apply for the position of your choice at the end of the day. So yeah, it is super insightful. So please be sure to check that out as well. But yeah, no, absolutely amazing, Carol. Okay, so this question is also coming from our Facebook inbox. It was sent this morning and it states, my interview is tomorrow. What tips or advice could you give me to better my chances of having a successful interview? Okay, so thank you so much for your question and best of luck with your interview. I hope you are truly tuning into today's live session so that you can listen to the advice that we would like to share with you. Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that you need to test your camera, your internet speed and microphone before the interview. So please make sure that everything is working correctly. That's super important. You should also have a clear background with minimum noise. And then also I would suggest that you dress professionally. And I'm saying that because even though it's a virtual interview, it's still an interview and an opportunity for a real full-time position. It's important to be on time for your interview. I would say, if possible, please be there at least 5 minutes before the interview starts. That would show that you are ambitious and looking forward to meeting us and working with us. And then when it comes down to stress, guys, that happens. And as Carol also mentioned earlier, I mean, we have a great interviewing team that totally understands. And I mean, they are going to be there for you at the end of the day. And yeah, we are pretty sure that you are going to have a great time with your interview as well. So, I mean, if you guys are nervous before the interview, that's totally fine. Take a deep breath and believe in yourself and your skills. And then go out there and give it your all. And I mean, no matter the outcome, be proud of yourself, knowing that you gave it your best shot. That's super important. And then when it comes to the questions, you could expect general questions regarding the position you are applying for, your skills, your experience, your expectations, and so on. But yeah, I mean, we are pretty sure that you are going to do an amazing job and we wish you the best of luck with your interview tomorrow, Andy. Thank you so much for your question.
Yes, thank you for your question. Honestly, Morne always gives out the best advice. He always is super enthusiastic. So thank you, Morne, for answering that one. So we have Julia on Facebook and she asks, what's the training about? Well, thank you so much for tuning in, Julia. Well, the training, it consists of knowing the basic tasks of a virtual assistant so that whenever you're accepted, your day-to-day tasks can go in a smooth way. So that's always super important so that you have like a background a little bit more of what your day-to-day tasks will be. So that's a little bit more of what the training will be like. So it's always super insightful to have this training. I know it can sound like it's going to be super long or it's going to be super like tough, but honestly, like we do have something that's like really resonated with me is that during training, we do have like a way of doing it so that it can be like super insightful. You can learn so much and not like have it be like super boring and just reading like 1,000 pages and like highlighting whatever you found important. Like it's more of a dynamic way to learn about what you will be doing and how to take care of things smoothly. So yeah, it's really fun, honestly. And yeah, if you have any other questions, Julia, please let us know here in the comment box. Our team behind the scenes, shout out, they will let us know your question, and I hope that answered your question definitely.
Yeah, that was an amazing answer, Carol. I would actually like to give a shout out to one of my friends. In fact, the picture I showed earlier when it came to my hobbies, one of my friends that stood next to me is actually watching the live session now. So yeah, Fritz, I'm giving you a shout out. Thank you so much for tuning in, my man. And yeah, moving on to the next question. This question is coming from the Ponsite newsletter, and it states, what skills are crucial to have to fit in with your environment? Okay, so first and foremost, I think it depends on the position you are applying for, but also in the same sense, you need to match our core values, which are the A, B, C, D, E's. Attack your day, be incredible, complete the job, dream big, and you should have an excuse-free attitude. But to mention some skills that basically align with every position, I would say that you need time management skills, communication skills, technology skills, critical thinking, problem solving, organizational skills, strategic planning skills, and I would also say, and we always mention this one, excellent attention to detail. That's super important, and especially also during your application as well. So yeah, thank you so much for your question.
Yes, Morne, I shout out to your friend too. Those are true friends. The ones that go into your Duck Life sessions. I mean, that's a great friend. So shout out to you too. Okay, so we have another question coming in from Facebook from Jorge Fonseca. Hi, Jorge. Is it really necessary to have all the requirements in all of my equipments, like computer plus headphones, to apply to any position? Well, that is a great question, but yes, it is part of one of our requirements to have your own PC or laptop, also have a headset of headphones and internet connection above, I believe it's 30 megabytes per second, and an adequate workspace. I say this because, I mean, it's like a checklist that it can sound pretty tough to achieve, but I mean, just as long as you have a quiet workspace, it honestly also depends on where you live, because coming from Mexico, there's so many things going on in the streets, and I bet that this is like, I don't know about you, Morne, correct me if I'm wrong when I'm done answering this, but there's so many things going on. Like there's people going by selling things, and my dogs will go crazy, or whenever you get a package delivered. I mean, it can happen during a meeting, so having a headset is always super important so that it minimizes the noise going around in your environment. It happens to all of us. Sometimes someone can be at the door. I mean, that's part of working from home, but like keeping those type of inconvenience to a minimum is a headset is something that helps. For example, also having a laptop can help, because in case you have a power outage, which is something that's happening a lot lately in Mexico, you can just relocate and take your work with you. And having good internet is something really important, because I mean, since you are going to be having your camera on sometimes, having calls, and at the same time having to check some things on the internet, I mean, you have to have a good internet speed to be able to do so in a correct way. So yeah, you do have to count on that for any position. Even if it's a position that's really like different from another, it's a requirement for all of the positions. I hope that answered your question, Jorge. And yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, so we have time for one more question. And then we are going to display the step-by-step how to apply video. But for the final question of today's live session, and please remember, guys, you can always DM us. You can send messages to our newsletters as well, your questions. We are always here to assist you guys. So please, even if this live session ends today, you can always send your questions, so please keep them coming. Okay, so for the final question, how can I subscribe to your weekly newsletters? Okay, so that's a great question. You can always visit our website at jobdoc.com, and on the main page, you'll need to scroll down to the bottom and you'll find a section that states sign up for our Job Flash newsletter. So you can simply enter your email, your name, and country. So once added, you can click the subscribe button. And guys, also, once you are subscribed, please remember to add us to your contact list to receive our newsletters without the spam folder getting in the way of you and your next career opportunity. But yeah, that's it for the questions for today. Carol?
Thank you so much, Morne, for giving that insightful information and for being my co-host today. Thank you for everyone that's behind the scenes This truly cannot happen without you guys. So give yourself a pat on the back. And Morne, thank you again for being such an incredible co-host. Thank you for everyone that sent in their questions, that had fun listening to us today. And yeah, here's a really, really detailed video of how to apply. If you have any other questions after watching that video, feel free to send us an email, a DM, however you feel most comfortable. And see you next live session, Morne, and all of you guys tuning in, hopefully in about a month. We'll let you guys know through our social media, so make sure to go follow us over there. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Best of luck with your application. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm Teresa from JobDoc, and today we'll jump into a step-by-step guide on how you can submit your application, offering exclusive tips to make the process as smooth as possible. We highly recommend having your documents ready. Your resume, your essay, your English test, your voice note, and your marketing portfolio if you're applying for marketing assistant. Make sure all the documents are in English, that the information is accurate, and that you're happy with the way everything looks. Also, please submit only one application at a time. The first step is to click on the Apply button below the job opening name. A pop-up menu will appear giving you 3 options: autofill with resume, apply manually, and use your last application if you are reapplying. We recommend selecting autofill with resume. This option will take all the information from your resume and complete all the parts in the application for you. You'll be directed to a page where you can either create an account or sign in if you already have one. If you don't have an account, click on Create Account and fill in the required information. Ensure you use a reliable email address and double check that it is accurate. As well, use it to communicate any updates. Once your account is set up, you can move to the next step. If you selected autofill with resume, you will need to upload your resume first. After you complete each section of the application process, make sure you're clicking Save and Continue. Otherwise, your information will be lost and you will have to fill in everything again. Also, pay attention to the required fields so you're able to proceed every time. Next, provide your personal information, including your name and phone number. After filling everything out, click on Save and Continue to move to the Professional Experience category. In this section, most fields will be filled out already if you choose the autofill option. Double check that everything is migrated correctly to avoid any errors. If you selected to apply manually, you will need to add all of your information from scratch. Don't forget to include your education, languages, and skills. When you're done, click Save and Continue. Next, you will need to answer additional employment questions, and you'll be able to upload your essay, voice note, and English test. If you're applying for the marketing assistant position, upload your marketing portfolio as well. Click Save and Continue to agree to terms and conditions in the next section. Review all the information you've entered. Congratulations! You've submitted your application. But wait, because there's more. You can now access your candidate homepage. This page, designed just for you, provides access to pending tasks and lets you track your application status. We wish you the best of luck, and remember, you can always contact us through our social media channels, our WhatsApp, or our website live chat in case you have any further comments or questions. See you next time!